All right. So, again, this is Joe Bisaha. I wanted to go over the webinar today for enhancing and going past what we did at Meeting the Minds in San Diego. I had a lot of people come up to me asking me, wanting me to take it farther and deeper, and why for efficiencies, why barcode, what makes an implementation more successful than the other, just going deeper on the seminar that I did at Meeting of the Mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a little bit deeper, a deep dive into what we do, what I do, what we help you resellers do. Why would you want to implement barcoding in manufacturing? Why are efficiencies so important? Why are manufacturers now really pushing us to be more efficient, to have more information, to get this at our fingertips, right? I'm sure if we ask everybody, why do we want to barcode the warehouse, it's pretty simple, right? We know where inventory is, stuff like that. Well, when it comes to manufacturing, we want to make sure that you guys are fully educated in what efficiency barcoding is and what it's going to provide for the manufacturing floor. So we're going to go through a lot of stuff today. Hopefully we'll get it all done in time, and hopefully you guys will be really informed. So again, we're going to be going over mobility, whether it's manufacturing, field service, service install, or just shop floor people trying to capture some basic information. That's what the software and the efficiency package works on. Basically, the first thing that we have to do in order to be successful in any implementation is we have to understand what our customer does, right? It's going to be kind of hard to implement a barcoding solution. Like if you're implementing barcoding for warehouse automation, you wouldn't just say, I got to implement it and not know how my warehouses are laid out or where my shipping docks are, right? We have to go through and we have to map out where our stuff is, how the shop floor does it. So the first thing we want to do is we want to do what we call a current state process map. So current state process map basically is, what do we do? Where do our jobs come in? From purchase order into the system from a customer to your manufacturing demands to shipping out the door. We have to understand what our customer's process is in order to help us understand if we can make it more efficient. Can we barcode it? Can we track it? Is it completely inefficient the way they have product and jobs moving through the building? So one of the first things we do is we always set up a current state process map. Now, understanding what we do and where we're going in manufacturing is two different things. That's called a future state process map. So current state is what we're doing now. Future state is what we're going to be doing after we implement or we roll out barcoding or efficiency map tracking, okay? And those could be the same thing. They could be two totally different processes. Usually, as you're walking a customer through their building and mapping out what they're doing, you will find a lot of efficiencies that you can start moving and taking advantage of. Barcoding doesn't just mean track a job through the floor. It could be moving parts bins or material or cribs, or the way the inventory moves through the building, or centralized processing locations, or whatever the case may be, and we'll get into those in a little bit later. But again, first thing we want to do is understand what our customer does and where we want to take them with a current or future state process map. Now, basically, tracking the jobs through the process is obviously the first concern. We want to know where it is. Maybe we want to track humans, okay? The problem might be machine-based. It might be human-based. We don't really know. So in order to get better efficiencies, how many times do your customers say to you, well, we're looking at buying a new machine because we need to get a bigger one or a faster one? Well, how did you determine that? Did you determine whether a faster machine would do the job or more trained employees, right? So again, what are we tracking? What are we guiding our matrix on as far as understanding how to be more efficient? There's shop floor logistics, which is the movement, like I said, where things are located, where machines are. Sometimes just spinning rows or columns, or where material is from the front side of a building to the back side of a building, or moving a machine in a different location. A lot of times makes your efficiency floor tracking way faster and better for the production people. And then we have the other type of tracking, the labor, the material, the QC, right? That's the pieces and the components once we understand how the process flow works and where our shop floor machines and hardware lay out. And then basically, what does it benefit the customer? A lot of your customers say, well, I don't want to pay for these engagements because I don't understand how it benefits me, right? Well, if we can make your process faster and you can produce more product in the same amount of square floor space or the same amount of employees and have better information, isn't that a bottom line plus in your book?